If you've ever tried to sell a mirror on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, you'll know what a pain it is to take a decent picture of it. After all, unless you're a vampire, chances are you're going to end up getting yourself in the shot. Fortunately, there are a few ways to deal with it. Just don't ask these people for advice because they're failing miserably at it. This guy gets it. Instead of trying to take a picture without himself in it, he just made his mirror as enticing as possible. And from the shaggy green rug to the pose that says, "Paint me like one of your French girls," we don't think it'll take long for him to find a buyer. You gotta give this guy credit. He's clearly gone to some effort to take himself out of the picture. Unfortunately, it hasn't quite worked. Yeah, we can't believe it either. And the result is actually funnier than if he just stood in front of the mirror. Yeah, this totally feels like we're looking down the barrel of a sniper rifle, which generally isn't an experience most people are looking for when they're just trying to, buy a mirror. You can see where the attempt's been made to stay out of the picture, but it's backfired terribly. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and they're not wrong. Looking at this guy, it's hard not to wonder exactly how these wing mirrors became available for sale. Or, for that matter, what happened to the rest of the car? Is this Photoshop wizardry, or is the seller simply a vampire? More likely, it's just the phone hanging from the ceiling on a fishing wire with the self-timer function used to take the picture. Sorry to shatter that illusion for you, but there's no denying it is a stroke of genius. Props to this person for mostly removing themselves from the picture, but the placement of the mirror is boggling our minds. From the surroundings, it seems to be placed inside the house, but the reflection looks like an outdoor porch. Who'd have thought a mirror ad could make us question reality? For sale, one mirror. Clean, good condition, haunted. Yeah, it's not exactly selling it to us, but the effect is hilarious. Maybe they just want a blank canvas reflection. Either that or they're specifically marketing the mirror to horror movie enthusiasts. It's truly hysterical how creative mirror sellers are getting these days. Indeed, simply hiding out of shot and taking the picture at an angle clearly isn't good enough for some people. Nope, they have to resort to things like hiding in bushes to get their best shot. What's great about this picture isn't just that someone managed to photobomb the seller's image, but that they didn't think to take another and just posted it anyway. Someone should probably tell them that we're not shooting on film anymore. You gotta hand it to him. His plan has worked perfectly. In fact, you can barely tell that there's anyone in this picture at all, which is good because he's clearly gone to a ton of effort to make sure nobody can see him in the reflection. If this person's aim was to make it seem like a spy was attempting to take a secret photo of their mirror, then they have definitely succeeded. To be fair, it does add an element of drama to the listing. Imagine stumbling across this on Craigslist. You can't say you wouldn't be intrigued. Well, they've cracked it. Everyone else can back up and go home. Not only has this person entirely removed themselves from the photo, but they found a legitimate use for a selfie stick. Talk about killing two birds with one stone. We have so many questions. Why is he trying to use an iPad to take a picture at all? Smartphones have better cameras and generally don't require two hands. And more pressingly, why is he holding it upside down? It almost seems like he really wanted his face to be in the photo. What's better than one unwanted reflection in a mirror you're trying to sell? Well, two, of course. Yes, any potential buyers may just do a double take upon seeing this listing. Sorry. Still, at least he was careful not to get his face in the photo. Am I a man or am I a mirror? We imagine that this was the existential crisis running through this guy's head when he posed for this picture. Then again, perhaps it's just a contemporary art piece that's trying to capture the feeling of talking to yourself. This may go way deeper than a simple sales listing. Placing a camera on a tripod is basically the only real way to get a picture of a mirror without you in it. Unfortunately, this person doesn't seem to have realized that a key part of this method is using the camera's self-timer, missing the point entirely. Boo! Sometimes when you're selling what's essentially a boring, everyday household object, you need to go for the shock factor in your listing. And who wouldn't want to buy a mirror from a ghost? Or at least a ghost from a corny 1960s horror movie. Genius. As the Joker once said, why so serious? From this picture, you have to assume that this mirror only brings misery and despair. Indeed, if you really can't avoid having your face in the photo, it couldn't hurt to crack a smile. Who knows, it may even help sell it faster. Is it just us, or does this look like a father and son rather than the same person? Or at least two people of wildly varying ages? Indeed, perhaps these are magic mirrors that can control your age, in which case, sign us up for the one on the right. This is absolutely messing with our perception of reality. But the real question is, if this person was attempting to stay out of the picture, how did it not occur to them that there was another mirror on the opposite wall? Now it just feels like we're really through the looking glass.